Am I the butthole for telling my son he's adopted? Hey Reddit, I 45F have found myself in a situation where I'm being judged harshly by both family and friends, and I really need some outside opinions to help me make sense of it all. I feel torn, so here's the full story. My husband 47M and I adopted our son, Harry 15M, when he was just a baby. From the moment we first held him, he has been the absolute light of our lives. We always intended to tell him he was adopted at the right time, but as the years went on, life got busy, and we kept putting it off. We wanted to make sure he was mature enough to handle the conversation, and we thought we'd know when the right moment was. As a result, here we are, and Harry is now a teenager, and we hadn't yet had the conversation. I'll admit, part of me was nervous about how he'd react, which made me delay it even more. Everything changed. A few weeks ago, one of my distant relatives, who I guess always had a bit of a loose mouth, came to visit us. While chatting with Harry, she casually mentioned something about how we must be so proud of him, even though he's adopted. Harry's face dropped, and you could see the confusion set in immediately. He confronted me and my husband that night, asking if it was true. I didn't want him to hear it in a careless, offhand remark like that, but now I had no choice. So we sat him down, explained the whole story, and told him how much we loved him, no matter what. But Harry didn't take it well. He was crushed, feeling betrayed that we hadn't told him sooner. He said we lied to him his entire life, and he couldn't believe we'd kept such a huge secret from him. He's been distant ever since, locking himself in his room, avoiding conversation, and not coming to family meals. It's been heartbreaking. To make matters worse, some of my relatives and friends found out what happened and are now criticizing me for ruining his life. I keeping it a secret for so long. They say we should have told him when he was younger and that we've damaged his trust forever. Now, to be clear, my husband and I never meant to hurt him. We truly believe that waiting until he was old enough to understand would make it easier for him to process. I always read articles saying kids should be told early, but I also thought that we were handling it in the best way for our family. Every child is different, right? But I can't ignore the fact that Harry is clearly devastated, and the people close to me are making me feel like a monster. We're considering getting him into therapy to help him process everything, but now I'm filled with guilt and second-guessing everything we did as parents. We only wanted to protect him, but maybe we did more harm than good. So, Reddit, am I the butthole for waiting this long to tell my son he's adopted? Should we have told him earlier, or were we right to wait for what we thought was the right time? Any advice or experiences you can share would really help.